Hi there, it's Pascal Wanaji. So in this video, I'm gonna be giving you something that I got from a guy called David. He literally I've been following him for a while. So it's called the self-confidence formula. And what this does is that it helps people develop self-confidence in themselves, because I found out that one of the challenges most people that look to start businesses online, not really necessarily businesses online, but people that are looking to change their lifestyle, maybe increase their income, maybe you want to lose weight, or you want to do anything, improve your relationship, we often find that we don't have the confidence to follow through in some certain actions. So in this video, I'm going to give you the self-confidence formula. But there's a little trick with this formula, because if I give it to you, it's like giving and I don't show you how to use it, then it's like telling somebody, drawing a picture of a horse and saying, writing under it, this is a horse. So you you can't ride it, obviously. So I'm gonna give you the formula. If you watching this on YouTube, I would recommend you to go to the description, copy it, and paste it somewhere you can see it every single day. I'll probably prefer in your dressing, beside your dressing mirror, so that you can see exactly how I use it and how it works. Because I believe that if you're gonna use it, understand this. You have to. This is self-confidence formula. It's not success formula. Success formula is different. This is just a portion of it. I'm gonna walk you through a little bit about the success formula so that you can understand how we arrive to self-confidence. Now, the success formula is, everybody knows that success is the progressive. You know where you are and you know where you're going. Realization of a worthy ideal. Now, when we try to make change in our life, we're going to go through a process, and in between that process is time. So that is where most people quit or fail in anything they venture into business online, especially. So during that time, you have to understand there are principles that you have to obey. One of them is, the first one is, who are you listening to? Who you listen to? Now, most people make the mistake of, I get these questions all the time, maybe from couples, from a man might call me, or a woman might call me on the phone, because a lot of people reach out to me. And they say, after the conversation, they say, I'm going to discuss with my spouse. They lack self. At that point, I just know where the conversation is going to end. So at that point, I know that that person lacks the confidence to follow through with the action. So on the opposite, somebody might look at that and say, he's giving his spouse respect to tell him what's going to happen. But in reality, that formula, going to your spouse, let me give it, it's like if you are an employee and your spouse is an employee, you guys go and sit down in a room and brainstorm. However, whatever you brainstorm, you're going to come out with what? Double employee product. So you're pretty much not going to make any progress. It's a mindset game. It's a mindset. So you always need some external input. So it's supposed to be 2 E's times a Y, or a business investor. If you read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's what it means. You have to listen to somebody that has that result that you are going for. If you want to make $10,000 in a month, you must, not your spouse, not your brother, not your sister, you must pay attention to listen to that person, follow instructions. Now, that is the first step. If you can't do that, then chances are we don't have that humility factor. Humility means very simple, modeling somebody, because you're going to model the person. Maybe you want to lose weight. You have to follow somebody's blueprint and model exactly whatever they're doing. The last bit is the what's it called, the discipline that comes with it, because you can model somebody, but on your own path, you require discipline to follow through. Now, let's get down to the self-confidence formula. So for you to apply this, I'm going to read it and I'll show you what this does, because You're meant to be reading this every single day because it's a habit that you have now that is giving you the outcome that you want. So you need to change that habit of developing the self-confidence to follow through in whatever you want to do, whether it's change your diet, whether it's to improve. This formula works for everything, whether it's to start a business online, whatever it is, no matter the niche, this will work. Now, the first step is, you will notice it says, I know that I have the ability to achieve the definite purpose of my definite purpose. Now, most people don't understand what that means. Most people, when I was a boy, it's like I'm Nigerian, I'm Igbo. There's something we go to catechism. They say, why did God create you? Okay, that sort of a thing. That's what it means. Why did God make you? So God made me to worship Him, obey Him, and honor Him. That's the kind of creed that we get into. But in reality, God has a purpose for everybody. So you have to understand what is it that they brought you to this world to do. That's your definite purpose. If you don't have any definite purpose, you can't apply this formula. So you have to set a goal of where you're going with your life. That's what the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. It doesn't, don't what many people think, but they don't have the money, they don't have the time. None of that really matters. It's because they don't have a purpose they are working towards. Once you have a purpose, definite purpose, then the next one is, therefore, I demand of myself. This is a demand you make on yourself. Persistent, aggressive, and continuous action towards achieving that goal, towards its attainment. That's what it is. So if you have a purpose, then you demand it of yourself. You repeat this every day because your actions needs to change. If you keep telling yourself you're demanding this from yourself, you will begin to. If you haven't done this before, it'll be a little bit weird. I want to be honest with you. It'll be a little bit weird. But when you start doing it, you'll realize when you repeat that first line like 5 times in a row, you realize what is my definite. Then you start asking yourself that question. So when you know you're definite, when you figure that out, write it down and start building a business in line with that. And you find out everything you do to build that business will always work. The money, the resources, the people that will help you, assist you, they will all show up. But you gotta have faith. I realized that the dominant thought of my mind eventually reproduce themselves in outward bodily action, gradually transforming themselves into physical reality. That's the second line. Now, what that means is the dominant or whatever you're thinking now will eventually reproduce itself. You hear that nothing is created physically if it's not created spiritually first. That's the same. So we are all creating something as we go. Whether you like it or not, you're creating something. You're manifesting something. So the idea here is the dominant thought on your mind, you have to control your thinking. Now, to do this, I use audios. Things will happen along. I always listen to audiobooks, listen to positive messages all the time. If possible, while you're sleeping, every time. If you're not doing this, let's go back to the success formula. Who are you listening to? If you don't do this, you're listening to yourself. That's it. I will concentrate my mind for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to be. You're thinking not about anything. You're going to develop yourself into a leader. So you're constantly thinking of who this your future self is. So the more you get clear on what you really want, the closer you get to that person. By creating a mental picture of that person and then transforming that picture into reality through practical service. So you are going to be, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're afraid of doing something, you have to understand that your future self, the way you're going to create it is that you're going to be that person now. There's no future self. It's today. You start taking action like whatever that person would be. So how this works is, what do you want to do? You want to start a business online. You don't have, maybe you have just a job, which I would recommend. And to start that business is let's say $500. Now in your bank account, what you have there is like 1,000. After you pay your bills, you have like that 500 left. There's nothing else left. What you do is, because that's where we normally start. I'm gonna tell you this: overcoming fear. Remember, it's self-confidence. What you do in that moment, you ask your future self, if you were in my position, what would you do? Not, don't ask me, don't ask anybody, don't ask your mother, don't ask your father, don't ask anybody. You ask your future self. Provided you've created a mental picture of where you're going to be in 5 years from now. This guy, what do you think I should do right now? Whatever you hear, it's going to come from your thoughts. Remember, you will become what you think about. Whatever this person tells you in your imagination, your responsibility in the moment is to take the action. You create a mental picture. It's a mind game, but you play it. You have to live in the, they say you live in the future until it becomes a reality. So you take actions like this person will. Gradually, you will lead you to here. That's how I got to 10,000. So I know that true principle of autosuggestion, any desire I persistently hold in my mind, autosuggestion. Now, if you're wondering where is all this boy getting all this from, there will be a link in the description to a book that I read, The Law of Success in 16 Lessons by Napoleon Hill. Read it. It's 16 chapters of the qualities of a leader. You must, that is, all businesses are built based on that book. The rest is just all these other books I'm talking about, The Stranger's Secret, The Magic of Living, Bob Proctor, Les Brown. They all started with this Law of Success, because that's the first book before Think and Grow Rich. Then the others were just every other person that implemented this, what is in this book, started writing their own books. This is the source. I'm giving it to you now. Yeah, so I shall, autosuggestion is basically what affirmations. You keep saying it to yourself. I'm so happy and grateful now that I earn $100,000 a month. I'm so happy and grateful now that I earn $10,000 a month. Just keep repeating it, because you want to impress that on your subconscious mind. I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means. Realizing it, therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily, demanding of myself development of the factors named in the 16 lessons in this reading Law of Success. So you're gonna be develop tolerance, masterminding with people you surround yourself with. There are some elements that builds business. You have to be willing to develop all these structures. There's 16 of them, 16 qualities. You have to start building. So that's why most people, how long is it going to take? I don't know. It's down to you how you implement this. It's up to everybody's timeline is going to be different. Then the fourth one is, I have clearly mapped out and written down my description of my definite purpose in life for the coming 5 years. If you don't have a goal, it's obvious you don't know where you're going in life. So you have to know where you're going, where you're going to be in 5 years, and create a goal. You have a vision, you have a purpose, you now have a vision. Then you now create goals to accomplish that vision. That's when you're living in your purpose. All right. So if you don't know what you're doing every single day, that's why I say building a business is like going to the gym. It's one or two things every single day for the next 1 year. Then you reevaluate bring it down. If I know 1 year might be one or two things every single day for a week. We have something we do. I do personally, but I introduce it to my team now, where we task ourselves. You choose what you want to do, but tell us what you're gonna do in a week. Then after a week, you give us a report what you have done. So that means that you're working towards your goal. Everybody's goal is different. All right. So if you don't know where you're going to be in 5 years, chances are, if you don't written your purpose down, it's not clearly. It's like building a house. You have to first draw the map of where the house is gonna be. Then I've set a price on my services for each of these 5 years. You must know exactly how much you want to earn. You can't just say, I want to make money. You have to know, how much do you want to make? 10,000 a month, 2,000 a month, 5,000 a month, whatever it is for you. Then you now know the type of products that you can sell that will lead you towards that goal. If you know that, then you start building it gradually. It takes, that's what I'll say to you. The empire I intend to earn, receive through strict application of the principle of efficient, satisfactory service, I will render in advance. Now, you have to understand, you have to render this service in advance before you can ask for money. So if you get into a training, any proper training, they will train you on how to do that. That's what SFM teaches as well. I use SFM in my training. Then the fifth one, which is the final, is I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all human effect. It's more of do unto the others as you would like them to do unto you. It's in the Bible. I will succeed by attracting to me forces which I will succeed by attracting to me forces I wish to use and cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because I will first serve them. I would eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity. So you're gonna come across a lot of obstacles when you're trying to build a business. That's a no-brainer. So it's important that you stay in check with yourself all the time. So that's what this chapter. So you're not deceiving people, and you're telling people the truth, and because this is the 16th law is the golden rule. It's basically do unto others as you like them to do unto you. That summarizes it, in my opinion. So I'm not gonna put much emphasis onto that. I think that's just the way I see this last chapter, because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I'll believe in them and in myself. You repeat this every single day, then you demand of yourself. Remember, this law is like two-edged sword. If you're reading it and you're not believing it, you're still practicing the autosuggestion he's talking about, which is what you're supposed to be doing. If you read it, you believe it, follow through with the action, because your mind is what is going to navigate you. Which product you're going to sell, where is the money, how are you going to find, which person are you going to talk to, who is going to help you. Your mind will navigate you through this path. So he says, give yourself 5 years, you will accomplish that goal. Repeat this every day. Trust me, people don't get there by accident. You have to know, I was not born in, I don't want to go too far. This video has gone 17 minutes, so I was trying to see if I can wrap it up within 15, but unfortunately it couldn't, but it's okay. Now, my alarm is on, my time for the gym. Wow, gym is gonna kill me. Right, I need to run now. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you like what I'm giving you, please give me a thumbs up. Please do not ignore these simple things I share with you, because these are the things that will stay with you for the rest of your life. My goal is for you to pass it down to your children. Do it first, see the result yourself, then you will know how to pass it down to your children. It's down to communication. By doing it alone, you're communicating to your children what they should be doing in their life. Most of it, then you've done half of what rather than just telling your kids, go and do this or go and do that, without you doing anything. So that's what I would recommend to you. Apart from that, there's a video where I shot the full explanation of this. I'll link it to this video towards the end. You can check it out and watch how I explained it in that one. Maybe it will sink in a little bit more. Meanwhile, go to the description and copy it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.